Hi guys, Brock Olson here. This week I'm going to be talking about separation withdrawal. Now, separation withdrawal is what you experience whenever you go through a breakup. Now, most of us have gone through a breakup at least once in our life, and most of the time it's one of the most painful, most uncomfortable things that you'll ever experience. It's also one of the most lonely. And what I mean by lonely is you're gonna go through so many thoughts, so many emotions that are so incredibly complicated that you don't think anybody else has ever experienced them before. And what I aim to do in this video is go through some of those mental processes that you're going to experience, just to let you know that what you're feeling and what you're thinking is perfectly natural. But I'm also going to give you 6 tips on how to get through the breakup and come out a much happier, healthier, more beautiful human being. The first thing that you're going to experience is an obsession for answers. You're going to want answers as to why this is happening, what you could have done better. Was there more that you could have said, more that you could have done in the relationship? The answer is probably no. And in this pursuit for answers, you'll likely start doing social media stalking. You'll start asking friends and family what they're up to, how they have been, all just to avoid you actually moving forward. The second phase is denial. You'll actually shelter yourself from accepting the fact that things are over, that it's not going to be back to the way it ever was ever again. And what you might find yourself doing is trying to convince yourself that this isn't what's really happening, that, maybe there's another chance at getting this whole thing back on track, and you'll actually blur a little bit of what's reality, and you'll want to sleep a lot more and hopefully wake up and this not be the life that you're living. But that's not going to help either. Once you start realizing that you can't escape this, sorrow will start to creep in. And what you'll really experience with this sorrow phase will be inopportune moments for feelings to come really out of nowhere. Maybe you'll be at work or with friends and you'll possibly start crying, or something will make you think of them and it will get you, kind of worked up, or maybe you'll lash out at people. And I know that that's extremely difficult to go through, but it is something that you might experience. And again, it's perfectly natural. With sorrow being the first phase of actual pain, typically what we do whenever we experience pain is try to retreat, try to do anything we possibly can do to get away from that, to get that discomfort out of our lives. So what do we usually do? We relapse. We go back to the place that we last remember things feeling good, which was that relationship, the security of it, where there was no pain. So we will go back to that relationship, hoping that maybe we can negotiate with that person to re-enter a committed relationship again. And more often than not, it's not going to work out, either in the negotiation phase or later in the relationship. You guys broke up for a reason. Now, I'm not going to say that, every relationship that breaks up, that there's no possibility of working things out, but the odds are so small. And really what you need to be doing is focusing on moving forward. The next step is anger, and really what ends up happening whenever we go through this anger phase is we typically demonize our former partner. We make the whole breakup their fault. We make all these issues that maybe weren't that big of a deal huge things in order to justify in our minds that they deserve this, that they're horrible human beings. And we might even jeopardize our own character by bad-mouthing them to social circles and family and stuff like that. And that's not how you want to handle the anger phase at all. You really want to take it on with a little bit of grace and tact. The next is acceptance. Eventually, the bitterness, anger, and resentment will wear off, and we'll start looking at the relationship as not only survivable, but as a great opportunity to reinvent ourselves and better ourselves for future relationships. And the final step in the phases of separation withdrawal is hopefulness. This is when you're feeling much better about the breakup and you have a much more positive outlook on not just yourself, but just, the relationships that you could potentially have in the future. And though the last relationship might have scarred you, it taught you a valuable lesson. And I'm sure that you'll take those valuable lessons out into the world where you can meet and interact with amazing people and have those future relationships. Again, I just want to say that all of those phases of separation withdrawal are perfectly natural. There's nothing about that that makes you a bad person. Yes, you're gonna have some really, really messed up thoughts and emotions just popping out of nowhere, but again, we all have them. I also want to say that I know you're going through a breakup and it doesn't seem like there's any light at the end of the tunnel, that nothing's going to make you feel better and nothing's going to be better ever again. But I promise you, there is life after this relationship. In fact, you're going to be so amazed at what is available to you as soon as you get through these steps and come out of this breakup. And now what I'm going to do is give you those 6 steps to get you through those phases of separation withdrawal. Step number 1 is you need to journal or diary your thoughts. This is arguably the most powerful tactic to getting through any type of dramatic situation in your life. And the reason why in particular with a breakup is because more times than not, when the breakup happens, the biggest mistake that we make is we want to text all of our thoughts to somebody. We want it recorded and we want it cast out so other people can weigh in. Don't do that. Don't put your thoughts and emotions on Facebook. Don't text them how you're feeling and how they messed up and how they made you feel. Keep your dignity intact. Don't do that. Get a journal, get a journaling app, and just let it rip. I want you talking, getting that inner monologue expressed. It's so important that you get those thoughts that you're having into a space that's recorded, not only because it's good to get it out, but when you're going through these phases, you need to be able to see your progress. You need to see where you were a couple days ago and how you're coming along. Because one of the hardest things to understand is your own progress through the breakup, because when you have that consistent pain, you don't think it's going anywhere. So having a journal, having your thoughts journalized is a great way for you to be able to record your progress. The second thing is actually going to the gym. Now, I know that might sound like very shallow, just very, surface level, feel good, but there's really a lot more to it. When you're going through a breakup, you're not getting that release of feel-good, emotions or chemicals. You're getting all of the negative chemicals just filling you up, and that's the stuff that leads to depression. So you need to do something that releases those oxytocins and makes you feel good again. And nothing is better than exercise, going to the gym, creating a routine. Go to the gym, focus on a task, and it really helps you get your mind off of the relationship that's no longer there, but it also motivates you to better yourself on the outside. And step number 1 being journaling, that helps better you on the inside. So you're, doing these two things together, and it's gonna do so much good for you when you're going through this. The third thing I want you to do is to spend time with friends. Now, when you're in a relationship, it's actually a little bit difficult to accommodate, a large social circle, or any social circle for that matter, when you have somebody who takes up so much of your time because you're working and then you want to spend time with your partner. Totally understandable. But during this time, really surround yourself with friends, not just people to fill your time, but with really good quality people that are going to make you feel good about yourself and that are going to be there and supportive while you're going through the breakup, and that can really empathize with what you're experiencing. And number 4, which is a little contradictory to number 3, is spend some time alone. Don't be around people. Don't go out with friends. Instead, stay home and learn a little bit about yourself. What hobbies have you not been able to pursue because you were in a relationship? What types of things in the world really interest you that because you were in a relationship and going through those steps and that routine didn't allow you to really explore? Go find things that keep you interesting. Really invest into yourself at this time because you're not going to have a better time to do it. Number 5 is to go get a hobby or invest into a project, something that you can really put some time and energy into, that really feeds your soul, that makes you feel like you're really contributing to something that's making you grow as a person. It could be learning how to do pottery or learning how to play a new musical instrument. Just something that's allowing you to get your mind off of the relationship that just ended, but something that's also allowing you to rediscover who you truly are. The 6th and final step is to celebrate and embrace being single. I want everybody to hear this very clearly. Singleness is a gift. It's the best time for you to learn about who you really are. It's the best time for you to go do things that you really want to do. It gives you that opportunity to do things that you would not be able to do in a relationship. And to be completely honest, being single can often be more fun than being in a relationship. It also gives you that opportunity that if you want, you could just stay home all weekend, binge watching Sex and the City and ordering Uber Eats and having pasta for the whole weekend, and nobody can say anything to you. It's really a great opportunity to just be able to relax and enjoy your own company and not have to worry about the judgment of anybody else. I want everybody to know that I was once married and I went through these exact same thoughts and processes. And these are the exact steps that I learned were the best for getting through this type of situation in my life. And I'm sharing them with you because I know how it feels. It is so lonely. It's one of the most lonely feelings that you can ever experience. But I want you to know you're not alone. Other people have experienced this exact same thing, and these steps will help you get through a breakup so much faster. But not only faster, it'll actually help you understand who you are better so that you can be the best version of yourself. Because I guarantee you right now, and I say this all the time, there is somebody right now looking for you in every person that they meet. So you want to be ready. You want to have all of this taken care of, you want to have it sorted, and you want to be a happy person again.